Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, the treasure map versus Saint Saturn to Super Evolve Kizaru is coming in just over 24 hours time from me recording this video. About 24 hours when this video goes live, actually. And in today's video, we have the no new batch, no new unit team to help take down this particular event. So the idea of the teams you guys are going to see in today's video, we are not using any of the the head off, whatever it's called, the end of Egghead Sugo Fest characters. However, we will be using the new Luffy as a friend captain for both the Intrusion and the final boss team, because he actually gives us the most points. He's a 2.2 times multiplier. Kumo's very good for the final fight, but Luffy, being just a higher point booster, he's going to work a little bit nicer for the final boss fight and the Intrusion fight and give you guys the most drops. He is a Super Sugo Fest, so I don't really feel bad using him as a friend captain, because I know a lot of people summon for him, but let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see anything else with maybe no Luffy friend captains, or you guys want to see some Intrusion and final boss teams that use like combinations of the new characters. Let me know down below, and if I get some time, I'll try and put some stuff out. I'll do a short with my teams for the final boss and the Intrusion fight, because look, against the mini bosses, you can pretty much run whatever you like, just whatever gets done fast, quick, smoothly, easily, however you want to play, high points, low points, it really doesn't matter for the mini boss fights. I like to play the sense of speed running them, getting them done as quickly as possible to maximize my gains on the final boss fights. But if you guys want to use actual point boosters there, we'll have a chat about that too when we get to the fights. But if you enjoyed the video, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's dive in. Alright, so I'm not feeling too well, so I'm going to try and speed through this as quickly as possible. Apologies for the nasally audio quality. The mini-boss fights, I'm pretty much just going to use the teams that I am going to be using for my speed runs. But if you bring the free-to-play Kaido and the free-to-play Big Mom, it just makes this fight very, very easy. Everyone gets the good stuff. Weak to Driven on the final stage. Normal attacks only. Immune to everything except defense down. This damage reduction and a 1 slot barrier for one slot. With the Kaido, you get the 1 slot. Big Mom removes the damage reduction. It's pretty straightforward. Then you just build like a mono int team and you just run these two characters, and that's going to give you the most gains. For myself, I'm using this particular setup. We're using Queen and his ability to bypass defensive effects with the invisibility. Ace can wave clear turn 2. Zoro wave clears turn 1. We have Sengoku and a rainbow team, one of each type, to apply the 4 times attack and orb boost to Queen. We have the conditional boost carryover with Ace. And with that, we just basically win. We're just going to be tapping with our 2 top characters, and that's just going to win it for us. Moving on to the second fight, we have Bluegrass. Now against Bluegrass, they want to use Lilith and Atlas. We're not using these characters because they were just on a banner that no one should have summoned on. I say that, but I summoned. Fighter, Cerebrals, and Free Spirit get all the good stuff. Bluegrass weak to Cerebrals. You get a 60% HP cut, which means you can't really use like Cat Dog strats here. You need to be above 50% HP for them to work with their bypassing defensive effects, so it's a little bit annoying there. But you lose 60% of your HP, 2 turns special reverse, normal attacks only, 6 turns of burn, delay immunity, and then a slot barrier for 2 stand-up slots. For this team, we're using Carrot. Carrot doesn't need to be above 50% HP to bypass defensive effects. And once again, we are using regular Sengoku with a rainbow team to take care of the attack and the orb boost. You can slap on the Akainu support here as well. That's going to work out fine. Sengoku gives you a full bottle of orbs, just like this particular team. And then we have Zoro for double wave clearing. Crocodile can give you a chain boundary if you really want it. And you can do some more fun stuff with Atlas there too if you really want her. Otherwise, you can just replace her with your highest int booster. That's going to work out pretty fine as well. Moving on to the Doll fight now. Doll is... she's a bit of a tricky one. She wants you to bring Kizaru and Sentomaru. Now, if you have these 2 characters, they basically just take care of it, like super easy. A lot of people should have these characters. They were technically both free to play. I missed out on Sentomaru, so I'm not using him. But Kizaru works great here. Strength decks, quick, get all the good stuff. Weak to shooters, special 1, special reverse on your middle left and your bottom row. And then normal attacks only, defense and immunity, and then a blow away on your middle right, top left. For 2 turns. So for this team, we're using Treasure Map Frankie, just going to bypass the blowaway. We have Kizaru. If you want to use Kizaru, you can. He's going to give you the special reverse and the special one removal. But the idea here is we're going to super swap with Lucci and Haku on turn 1. Use the Toki ability on our our Kizaru and our Frankie, I guess, to get the 3.5 times attack and orb boost. Use the special of Luchikaku to wave clear turn 2, and then we just basically go into the final stage and just win. Shiroshi gives us a full bottle matching orbs. Luchikaku, they're so good at wave clearing. And yeah, this team should work out fairly nicely. You have color affinity with Frankie if you really need it. You have chain boosting shenanigans with Kizaru too. So you have a little bit more in your tool belt if you really want more damage. Moving on to the final mini boss fight now, we have Lucci. Now, Lucci's an int character. They want you to use the new Kizaru, and they want you to use Brook. Now, we're using Kizaru on the final team because he's a 1.4 times booster, and obviously not having the new Brook is going to make things a little bit challenging. But shooters, slashers, and powerhouse characters get all the good stuff here. Lucci's weak to slashers. If you're below 60% HP, your crewmates get silenced, but if you're above 60% HP, then everyone gets silenced. There's resilience, defense up, and a defense down immunity, so it's a little bit annoying, but all we're doing here is we're using Kuzan to wave clear turn 1 and turn 2, and that way, when you move into the final stage, Kuzan actually just gives you an attack boost and an orb boost as captain, and then you have the support of Brook, Sabo, and Mihawk to bypass the resilience and the defense up, which is going to work out nicely. You can do some other cheeky shenanigans. Obviously, Luffy's an attack booster for 3 turns. Sanji's an orb booster for 4 turns, 3-turn orb boosting with what's his name? With Frankie, so you can use these specials a little bit earlier, and I wanted to highlight that, so you don't have to run Kuzan as captain, and I'll probably pivot away from Kuzan a little bit later down the line. For me, I have Brook, so like I might just use Brook as the captain, and then just rely on the wave clearing strats of Luffy, and then I could bring Zoro or something like that, so that's going to work out pretty fine. But this is what we're rocking with. The idea is to not use specials on the final stage, and it should last for a little while. On to the big boy stuff now. This is where it gets a little bit spicy. Now, this final boss fight against Saturn, they really want you to use Kuma. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, we're going to be using Luffy as a friend captain, because Luffy's a 2.2 times booster. But because we don't have any of these characters, hypothetically, we're not actually using any of them. Strength, quick, and in characters get all the good stuff. You have 30% HP cut on battle 2, delay immunity, special blinds, a full board of unfavorable orbs, an attack down if you blow a 2.75 chain, normal attacks only, and then full recovery and a retreat. So if you have a look at this stage, the new Luffy literally takes care of everything. Provided you have the tags to get the 2-turn chain boundary and the 2-turn all orbs into matching, like he's just going to take care of literally everything that you need here. On the final stage, Saturn's weak to powerhouse. He gives you block and poison orbs. He makes type orbs unfavorable, but Luffy can block that with his buff. Progressive poison, delay immunity, threshold, 30,000 damage, a slot barrier 4, 5 turns of 4 rainbow orbs, and then 5 turns you take 99% less damage, just with normal attacks only. So this little last part here, where it says rainbow orbs and then doing less damage, there's no one in the batch that removes that. So we're under the impression that when you do damage, as it says right here with the interrupt, you do damage 1 time, you take 80,000 damage, and then the enemy puts up 99 turns of normal attacks only, 6 turns of attack down, and then turns into a dex type. With this, we believe it overrides the orb buff and the normal attacks only. That should go away. And then there's a defeat of 120,000. So ideally, you want to bring someone that can do damage, so that way you actually get the rainbow orbs and the 99% attack down removed, and then you just have to deal with a 80,000 death shot and then attack down too. And obviously being a dex type makes more sense because strength characters are boosted, and then obviously Kuma's like the big heavy hitter here. So the team we're using looks like this. On turn 2, again, we're using Luffy as a friend captain, and we have a lot of powerhouse characters on the team, plus a quick unit in our leader in Nami Karina. So Luffy's going to take care of turn 2. We have all the Egghead characters. Everyone here is Egghead, except for Ace. I believe Ace isn't Egghead. And Jinbei, of course, but Jinbei's a Straw Hat pirate. So the Kizaru is Egghead, and then we have Logia and Straw Hat. So we have the 5 characters that are satisfying the Luffy condition. We can use the special on turn 2, just take care of everything there, and then move into the final stage. On the final stage, we're going to use Nami and Karina to remove the threshold, and then they also give you a threshold buff. With this threshold buff, you can then use the Kizaru special to do damage, and then that way it'll remove the rainbow slots and the attack down by 99%. The 80,000 damage will get reduced by a drastic amount, and then you just have to deal with attack down, and that's where this Blackbeard comes into play. The Treasure Map Blackbeard removes 6 turns of attack down, but you can pretty much replace him with like any other character that just removes attack down. I chose him because he's a strength powerhouse character. He's a Treasure Map recruit though, so I understand he's a little bit hard to get. But the upside to using him too is he actually has access to the Marco support, which can remove poison as well, which is really, really nice. I have Treasure Map Ace on the team here. He's just an attack booster. He's a Logia character. You can pretty much replace him with any other Logia, Straw Hat, powerhouse unit that does attack boosting. Jinbei is obviously a great example of that. He's going to be a chain boundary for this particular team though, because we have the attack boost in Ace too. So yeah, you can do some fun stuff here, but it doesn't seem too challenging once you sort of break it down, and provided it works the way we think it's going to work, it should be pretty straightforward with this particular setup. As for the intrusion fight though, the intrusion fight is a little bit more challenging. They obviously want you to run Luffy, the new Sanji, and the new Frankie that came out on the banner before, but A lot of people aren't going to have him. Fighter Series powerhouse, get all the good stuff. On battle 2, there's special reverse, paralysis, bomb slots, normal attacks only, lock slots, despair, and then delay immunity. On defeat, you have to deal with more special reverse, and then your lock specials on your captains for 1 good tap. On the final stage, Kizaru is weak to powerhouse. He has delay immunity. He puts up a territory, nullify damage for 2 turns, 1 turn of a 30-hit barrier, 6 turns of defense up, special wind, attack down if you blow a 3.5 times chain, and then normal attacks only. So a lot of nasty stuff going on here. But as you can kind of see, this final stage, it's kind of taken care of with Luffy. He gets rid of the territory. He gives you a chain boundary, which allows you to get above the 3.5. He removes the special bind, and it all works out pretty hunky-dory there. So the team we're rocking looks like this. On turn 2, you have to deal with despair, and you have to deal with paralysis. So the Onsen Luffy, he's going to take care of the paralysis for us. Plus, he also gives us rainbow orbs on our attack and bottom row. Remember, they're going to get locked as well, which is great. And then we can use the Robin to remove the despair with the Morley support to get around that extra turn. She then gives us 3 turns of an attack down if defense is set to 0. So, or lower defense, which is going to work great because we are going to lower the defense on the final stage. On the final stage, we have Kizaru for some chain boosting. We have Sanji's double special activation to remove the barrier and the damage nullification. And then when you super swap with Lucci and Kaku, they're going to set defense to 0 and then give you color affinity as well, so then you can use their special. So you're going to have a chain boundary with, I believe they're a chain boundary unit as well. But you want to use Luffy special first. I mean, either way, like, they're still pretty good. They also remove the attack down too. So that's, wait, is there attack down in this fight? No, I'm getting my wires crossed, right? Yeah, I'm getting my wires crossed. So, Luffy removes the territory. Sanji takes care of nullified damage and the barrier. Lucci Kaku take care of the defense up. Luffy takes care of the special bind and the chain boundary. On battle 2, you have Onsen Luffy and Robin for the despair and the paralysis. And then because we have the tags for Luffy, you need to have Land of Wano, I believe. I think it's Land of Wano. Maybe it's... Hang on. Yeah, so if you have 4 Land of Wano or Egghead characters on the team, you're going to bypass the special reverse, which Onsen Luffy being Wano, Lucci Kaku being Egghead, and then Kizaru being Egghead as well, just allows you to bypass that special reverse, and this team should work out pretty hunky-dory. This time around, the fights didn't seem too challenging. Obviously, we are using Luffy as a friend captain, but yeah, these final 2 fights, they seem to work quite nicely, provided you have that little Blackbeard and that Ace combination there. But again, if you don't have that, like, you can just run, like I said, another powerhouse character down there besides Ace, and then another attack down move for Blackbeard there as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, better like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to let me know in the comment section below if you guys want to see anything else for this treasure map before it goes live tomorrow for me at 8 PM. I'll do my best to try and get some more content out. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's